views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of its host, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. What up, y'all? It's your boy. It's your boy. I pop right in on you like that today. Guess why? Because it's shocking. No, leave me alone. Don't pay me no attention. Linda Sanders, I see you. Thank you for coming through. Always on deck. That's my Linda Sanders right there, y'all. That's my girl. I see you. Y'all, it's Tuesday. It's 7 o'clock Central. So y'all know what it is. It's your boy, Brian Forbes. We are live from San Antonio, Texas, because y'all know how we get down in the dirty South. This is the armpit of Texas, where it is hot and funky. So listen, y'all, we got one hell of a show tonight. Huh?
That's not funny.
All right, producer lady. No, that's funny. So we got a hell of a show tonight, y'all, and we are going to cover a few things. And we got some great special guests in here tonight. We are expecting a couple other people to chime in. Hopefully they will come through. If they don't, it's okay, because y'all know how we do. This is the reason why we don't make it our business to put out who we're going to be talking to for the day, because folks tend to shy away at the last minute. And life be lifing. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I've had it's been a really strange day, and we've had in the last couple of days a lot of information, sometimes too much information. But it's life, and that's what it is, and we got to deal with it. But before I get into that stuff, y'all, latest news that I believe personally is going to absolutely affect the Steppin world. Let me tell y'all something. Southwest Airlines done lost they damn mind. So today, it appears that Southwest Airlines has new policy starting May the 20-something. May 28th? Okay. Southwest Airlines got a bunch of new policies. It's about to start May 28th, y'all. And let me tell you, one of those policies has to do with your bags. If you are not a A-plus member or a credit card holder, you're going to be charged for your bags moving forward from here on out.
They only get one bag free.
Well, I said if you're not. Now, if you are a credit card holder or an A-plus member, you're only going to get one free bag, and that's complimentary of being an A-plus member or a credit card holder for Southwest Airlines. Now, the thing is this. So because they did this, I said, okay, you know what? Let me call and check on this thing right quick. I got to see what's going on. Tina Baker, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Jerome Cook, I see you. I said, let me check into this. So we called Southwest. Now, y'all have to understand something. At one point, I was actually trying to get some sponsorships through Southwest for the benefit of the Steppers community, so that they would recognize just how much Steppers use Southwest Airlines. A lot of the events that we go to, we mostly suggest that we fly Southwest. Why? Because Southwest has a liberal bag policy. Their luggage was free, for one. And also, it was important for us to be able to, fly an airline that made it convenient for us to travel with all of the equipment and things that we have. Well, it turns out that moving forward, not only are they eliminating the first come, first serve type seating, there's going to be, your seating is going to be prearranged like it used to be. But now, and I think that was pre-COVID, now, if you're carrying a bag and it has to be checked, and you are not an A-plus member, or you are not a credit card holder, your bag is now going to be $150. I'm going to say that again. $150 per bag. Now, I'm sorry, that's insane. So here's my best guess on this. I'm thinking that Southwest has decided to put on their big girl panties, and they are now going to compete with American, Delta, and United, which means that those airlines are now suddenly looking a whole lot better. They don't charge that much for a bag. And I believe that the pricing is going to be probably competitive with Southwest, unless they are about to drop their prices on their flights dramatically. They are about to price themselves out of the market. I honestly think that this might be a Donald Trump must own Southwest Airlines, because what they're doing makes absolutely no sense, and it's absolutely about to cause problems. Somebody, Bernice Newsom Short, how you doing, baby? She just said $40 at American Airlines. See? Now,
Delta, I thought was 35. We paid 35.
I believe we paid 35 at Delta. Let me say this here. I hope that was an inaccurate phone call. I hope that the person on the other end of that line didn't quite know what they were talking about, and that this was a mistake, a help desk error. That's what I hope that was. On the other hand, this is only making these other airlines look a little more juicy to me these days. Southwest is about to kill themselves. They already, if I'm not mistaken, were having some other problems along the way. But why would anybody pay $100? I could ship my bag cheaper overnight to where I'm going than to pay them $150 to put my bag on that plane. Southwest, y'all better pull it together. Now, let me also say that this has been a very trying time lately in regard to life. As everyone knows by now, we have lost one of our legends who has joined the ancestors, Mr. Kim Bowie, whose services are this coming week. But in the midst of that, we've also lost Miss Angie Stone, Ms. Roberta Flack, Mr. Roy Ayers, Mr. Dwayne Wiggins of Tony, and Mr. Jerry Butler. Well, that was a few weeks ago. So, yeah, we lost him too. The Jasper Isley. And I'm sorry, Chris Jasper. And also Valletta Wallace. That's Notorious Big's mom. We are in a very precarious time economically, as well as life doing what life does, is lifing right now. Hey, Val Wells and Eric Washington, I see you. Thank you for coming in. Joyce Taylor. And I don't know how to feel about these things right now. And, it is what it is. We have to deal with it, whatever it is. Hey, Erica Nicole, Ophelia Stevens in the house. What's happening? But whatever that means, I guess because we are resilient as a people anyway, we are resilient as steppers. But this leads me with all of this, the economics of it all, the life and of it all. What does that mean for the steppers community moving forward? The venues are becoming more expensive to give events. The travel expenses are increasing, obviously. And I'm not just speaking specifically in terms of Southwest Airlines, but just in general. Renting a car is not as inexpensive as it once was. Travel arrangements are becoming more difficult to make and to execute as we're moving forward. What will this mean for us as a community when our disposable incomes are dwindling away and becoming less available for us to have fun and enjoy this dance outside of our general vicinity? For those of us who like to travel, those of us who like to hit the different events, a lot of these things are coming into focus that we're going to have to be mindful of moving forward. Just some food for thought, y'all. Here recently, I have gotten wind of some unusual shenanigans that have taken place, and I will be discussing those moving forward within the next few shows, and I will be naming names because we have people out here who insist on becoming the poster child for unscrupulous behavior in this community, and I will call it out as I always have because I am transparent, and this show is designed specifically for the purpose of making sure that you, the consumer of Steppin, is not thrown under the bus, not ripped off, and not made to feel like you owe somebody something that you don't owe. My man David Calhoun in the building. What's up, family? True Queen 45, I see you. And so we're going to be having those discussions moving forward as a necessity for the rest of the community to understand when I say things, I'm not just talking to be talking. I'm saying these things to benefit the diaspora of our community and for those in this community who are not in this for the unfortunate agendas that so many others do have. And then you end up becoming a victim to these people who have nothing but one thing on their mind, either some sort of recognition or money. Nothing wrong with a little money in your pocket for doing what you do. But I will not see people being used and abused and misused and giving this community and Steppin itself a black eye. Now, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I happen to have two wonderful guests that are going to join us tonight. We would have had 5 guests that would join us tonight, but life is lifing like it does. And so we are going to introduce to you tonight. You all have already met the lovely, illustrious, stupendous. Let me think of a bunch of more words so I can make her blush.
Show your vocabulary off, baby. Show your vocabulary.
Queen, the queen of the thing, you dig? Miss Sunshine and my man DJ Raphael are in the building with us this evening. Good evening, you guys. How are you?
What up, though? That is
Good evening. Good
hilarious.
evening.
Yeah, I was gonna pull out my big words on you tonight, Sunshine, but
That would have been stupendous.
right.
Tell Raphael I know who you're talking about.
You know what?
I know who he's talking about.
Oh, Raphael, producer lady
Ice,
says she know
Ice
who you're
O's
talking about.
doing it.
Oh, 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 really?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
now, wait, hold on. Now I'm
Uh-oh,
getting
we're on a whole
interested.
nother level.
Yeah, look. He just threw a wrench in the program with that one.
Sidebar.
Okay,
Right.
straight
Right.
sidebar. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're only seeing on the screen an iPhone 6 symbol, that is because my man DJ Raphael took the time from his busy schedule to come through, and he is not able to be visible for us tonight, but that's okay because we have his voice and we're gonna be talking about it. So, Sunshine, you guys, tell me
Yes.
what you all think about this Southwest situation,
Oh my God. I
especially
think
since
that
we know that you
Southwest is
have an event coming up.
absolutely. I definitely know before even bring it close to me that Southwest is making a very probably failed attempt on trying to stay up and running. That's why they think they can gather up more money with the baggage now, because I think they've been taking a loss with the free baggage.
Hmm.
So, and as it relates to traveling steppers, yeah, I feel bad, but I fly Frontier, so
I just can't take my bag of shoes anymore.
Right.
I'm just
They
saying, I
they
have never had any problems with Frontier, and I know you bougie Southwesters. I've been there. I was one of y'all. I was definitely one of y'all. But Frontier, I saw the light.
Yeah, clearly we're going to have to also begin to see the light because at least if we're going to fly and we got to pay for bags, you might as well pay. You might as well get on Frontier. I
Absolutely,
didn't even think of that. That's actually going to put Frontier in a better spot if
in a better
yeah.
position. I've used to fly in 2023. We used to fly the Frontier from Orlando to LA for $19 each way.
Damn.
Huh.
So y'all can go ahead on. Look, I hate to even say that I fly Frontier. We might run out of tickets now.
Don't be like that. Hey, but that mean that's reasonable. It makes sense.
Until I own a private jet, I don't have a respect of the airlines. Whoever got the best ticket, it has of course, in the day and age we're living in, we got to be familiar with the flight. I mean, with the airline. But I don't own a personal pilot, so they all the same
She
to
said
me.
I don't own a personal pilot.
I would want to though. Any sponsors? Let me know. Holla at me.
So any pilots watching, holler at your girl. You silly. Um, so Raphael,
Yes, sir.
listen, man. You are and this is, and I'm shooting at this. One of those people that I think not enough people are aware of, sir.
So so let me
Not in
interject
this
real
era.
quick.
Not in this
Well,
era.
no,
Not in
and
this
that's and
era.
that's what that's
This
where I'm going with this, and I want him
right.
to give us some background.
So okay, I'm gonna give you a little background. So this is if there was a certain phrase called new school stepping. That's what we're dealing with now.
Okay, yeah,
I am what was called or part of the new school stepping.
got you.
Uh, what brought me into that is because I'm not just a steppers DJ. I'm a DJ, so I can play house music, party music, dance music,
Got you.
and I integrated mixing, blending records into stepping. A lot of the old school steppers, of course, did not like that,
Mm,
but I still did it. I came along in a time where there were just a handful of DJs in Chicago. They were nowhere else
okay.
abroad in the country.
So
Uh,
give us an idea of time wise and when that was, so
so
my audience can get a better feel for what that time frame looks like. Because I'm a stickler for the timelines and stepping, because a lot of times they get confused and people get mixed up about when something happened, and they kind of make stuff overlap when it shouldn't.
I started playing music, not necessarily stepping music, but stepping music in the 80s, 85, 84. Uh, on the set, if you will, I started playing music 1995.
Okay.
So and pretty much until now, and I still do private parties. I don't necessarily do the big name parties anymore, and it's something you just said because they don't pay.
You heard me say that before.
They don't pay. I mean,
Absolutely.
seriously. I mean, the prices and the amounts. I talk to DJs. The amount of money that they're paying these guys is the same amount of money I was getting paid back in the '90s. Why would I do that? It doesn't make any sense. My
Yeah.
computer is $3 grand. If I drop my computer while I'm out there playing, and you come hand me $250, that's like a slap in the face. So no, I'm not
You
doing
know, bro, that is some painful truth for your ass right there. I just I say it, but hearing it come from you like that, it even adds even more dimension to my thoughts on that. You're absolutely 100% correct. Angie
it.
Faye, how you doing? Go ahead.
My average private party starts at $1,500 here, local
Right.
private party. Now, if we're flying to another state, that should be airfare, hotel, per diem for food and or whatever, plus what you should get paid.
Man,
And
oh
and
man.
I'm you're going to give me starting at $1,500 if those wheels take off the ground and I don't have to pay for those bags.
Nah.
So yeah.
That part right there. So yes, you definitely add perspective. So now I want to go back to something that you said earlier. So is it safe to say, based on your commentary, that you were one of the people or the person who began with the blending or the mixing of the music in the steppers genre?
Myself and Mellow Chris was touching it every once in a
Okay,
while, but he still was dealing with that mainstream steppers
got you.
community. So he had to stay away from. But he's the very first person that I would say started the remixed records or the edit records.
Okay, you know there's a whole battle going on over
And
that now.
yeah, and it's I mean some of it's okay. I mean those guys back then, Chris, Calvin, uh, uh, Mike Flex,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of other ones. They had good quality records that they were putting out. The stuff that I'm hearing now, it's all watery and
Yeah.
it's not mixed well. The sound is ridiculous. So there's a difference. There's a big difference.
Well, I cannot argue with that. Right quick, I have a question. See, Eric Washington
He
says,
he definitely caught my attention from the very first time I heard him play. I'm just trying.
Eric Washington wants to know, can you tell me if it is better to play mid-tempo or up-tempo music during a stepper set? Eric,
It
that is
is.
subjective.
It is. and this is what I was taught from the guy that mentored me, which was DJ Reese, who owned Reese's Records on 108 and Halsted.
Yep,
Reese
I remember that.
taught me this.
Okay.
Reese said a DJ should play from their heart.
Mm-hmm.
You should analyze your crowd,
Mm-hmm.
grab a vibe, and you shouldn't go into a party playing 110 beats per minute. And then I'm just that's a
Right.
hypothetical number, but uh, I start off at a slow tempo or mid tempo, work my way up to the highlight of the party,
Mm-hmm.
then bring the party back down and start it all over again.
Yeah. Um,
Yes, he did.
and I think,
Oh, yes, he
and
did.
to answer the question for you, Eric, a little more with a little more clarity, I would say that there's not going to be any one tempo that you're going to stick to throughout an entire set. Like Raphael just said, you have to come up and down. There are several reasons why you do this. One being, especially if you don't, you got to look at the count of men in the room. You don't want to wear the guys out. If there's only a few men and more women, they're going to be wanting to get more dancers in. So you have to take it easy on the guys. You sometimes, if you got a good crowd, every now and then you want to work them up into a good lather. You want to get them going, get them up there, and then you want to bring them down a little bit and let them get a little rest, and you take them back up a little bit. There's several different criteria that you would adhere to as a DJ, and this comes as part of paying attention to who you're playing to and what type of set it is, and again, playing from your heart, all in the middle of all of that. That is one hell of a combination to be able to do. Unfortunately, a lot of DJs don't do that because several of them play for themselves and not for their audience, and that's just not how you treat your patrons. So, yeah, excellent. Thank you for your response, Raphael. I appreciate that. So, Sunshine, my dear,
Yeah, yeah.
you're going to be here in San Antonio coming up in a couple of
Yes,
weeks.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I connected with a few of the steppers that are there and they got me so excited. They're so warm and loving. So I'm excited.
Yes, we are warm and loving in San Antonio. So we're looking forward to you being here. We're looking forward to all of the ladies here in particular.
I thought you said it was a funk bowl. What did you say when we was coming on? It was like funky or
No,
a
this
wet
is
bag. What did you
I
say?
call San Antonio the armpit of Texas. It's hot and funky. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking forward to having you
That's
here.
truck drivers talk.
Yeah, she said that's truck driver talk. Whatever. Anyway, we're looking forward to having you here. Everyone here in San Antonio is excited, and it's going to be a great time. We're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn out. We're gonna do what we do, and we're
Absolutely.
absolutely looking forward to that. The ladies are excited about the workshop you got coming up, and
Nice.
for
Nice.
anybody else that's in the region, you might want to come through San Antonio on the weekend of the twenty
And the
second.
fellas need to come out too. And the fellas need to come out too.
Shades of
I
blue.
think the
Oh,
fellas
all
to
the
come.
fellas are coming. They go. Look,
Yes.
they coming anyway. You know what I mean? The ones that we do have here, we got. I am so happy that we have so many men here that are hungry for this dance, and they are coming out, and they are showing up, and they are showing out. And so we're going to
Yes.
continue that momentum, and we're going to keep that same energy while you're here and beyond. So we're looking very much forward to that.
Yes.
Now let's go forward to Raphael. Your history in the steppers community begins in a period when there was a lot of transition in the dance itself, from, like you said, the old new school now to the new school, and from original. What are your thoughts on from then to now in terms of the way what music is being played, and not necessarily the mixes, because you already, like you just explained, we already know that there's so much battling back and forth going on over these unnecessary mixes in the steppers community. What are your thoughts on the way people are moving in the community and doing things musically from then to now?
It, it's like anything else. I mean, you have uh, the old school steppers, which originated from the bop.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to jive with this new music. It's just not going to happen.
Hmm.
I mean, even when I started playing, a lot of the cuts that I was playing, they were like, "Man, no, you can't play that.
Hmm.
You can't play a record with a curse word in it.
Huh.
What are you doing?" You know, so but
Didn't prepare for Shot Entertainment's energy.
oh yeah. So like any other good thing, it has to evolve. I mean, it's evolving. It's doing its thing. I'm glad that Steppin hasn't stagnated itself and stayed back in the '60s and the '50s.
Right.
It's going to continue to evolve. We just have to, like you said, you know, keep up with the time. So I've watched it progress. I've watched Steppin from like Step in the Name of Love era. I watched how it's changed from that. That was a tremendous boost in Steppin.
Okay.
That's pretty much what put Steppin out over the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
Although we were going to different stepping events and DJing from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It was nobody was coming from California to Chicago to DJ.
Mm-hmm.
It was everybody was coming from Chicago going to these different places.
Right.
And I've watched the progression and the dance change also. There's still a lot of people that still pretty much dance in a traditional way of stepping, but it's changing. Also, it's getting faster. You're seeing more spins. You see, uh, and that a lot of that happened or transformed started at 3G.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I watched a lot of that with the different teachings. I mean, at one time, those guys that were learning there and coming there like Mo was more so an old school stepper
Mm-hmm.
because the classes and the people that they were in Ken and Mario, they learned from an older set of people, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but they evolved their step and turned it into something else. Those guys are phenomenal teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They are
So
phenomenal
I'm gonna
teachers.
make a statement, and I want you to tell me, Raphael, what you think, what your thought is about it. In the past, stepping music, in the traditional sense, was rooted in the time of the actual dance and the origins of stepping, which is after the bop era. During that time, we played the music that was commensurate to that particular era, those years. Moving forward, the music has always been a part of the dance, or should I say, the current music of any given time during the stretch of history throughout stepping. The current music has always been incorporated into the dance in one form or fashion, all the way up till today. Because there are those who
Absolutely.
would like to say that there's a separation between the old school and the new school. And I say that there's never been a separation simply
And
because
then
we've
and
always
there never
played
will.
the current music.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
So uh there it's such a hard subject, but there are so many different cuts, as we say, or tracks
Right.
or records that are from the old school that I believe, and this is my opinion, it doesn't have to be anybody else's, that should be incorporated into the dance now because it's just, to me, feel good music.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't personally like drag music that drags and is
Mm-hmm.
moving slow. But again,
Unless it's
some
walkers.
of unless it's a walk, most definitely. I mean, which is something that evolved from stepping back and bopping back in the day,
Right. From the
also.
bop era, not the stepping era.
Right, right. Not
Mm-hmm.
the stepping era. Uh, that's it's a touchy subject.
No, you know what? Actually, it's not touchy. Let me tell you
It
why I say that. Because there are
mhm.
those who are not fully aware of the timeline of stepping and how this thing really evolved. There are those who like to muddy the water with
Absolutely,
their personal agendas, but the facts are the facts. Steppers did not walk. Now, anybody wants to
absolutely.
argue me that fact, I'm right here. You're welcome to come and
Hmm.
join me.
I'm here to testify. I'm a stepper. I don't walk.
And steppers did not walk during the period when stepping was in its development, not bopping. Let's make that clear. Steppers
Right,
did not walk. They were teenagers, they were kids. Walking was not a thing during that time. There was slow dancing. And for those of you who are in my age group, y'all remember The thing to do was to break the girl's back. You did. We had them bent over the arms. You understand me? Sideways, doing our thing. That's what it was. It was not walking. Walking has been there's been a resurgence
Oh
of
God.
where, or better yet, there's been a period where steppers began to walk after a certain period of time, moving more into the 80s. It was not a thing in the 70s for steppers, only for boppers. Because I personally, in the 80s, used to go to the other place just to sit and watch the walkers, the old heads. Them cats, at that, I was in my 20s, them cats was in their 50s then, but they was cold with
Right.
it.
Oh yeah, we probably bumped heads a lot because I definitely frequented the other place.
Yes, sir. That was the spot.
Mellow Chris on Saturday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco, I don't know if you remember Cisco. Cisco was Friday nights, and them dudes put down a hell of a set. Within those sets, uh, the owner of the club used to have those guys play at least 2 jazz records
Yeah.
per
Yes,
hour.
sir.
Had nothing to do with stepping, walking, bopping, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was the thing back before our time.
Right.
Our parents' time. They would step and bop to jazz.
That's right. Absolutely correct.
So
And I used to sit there and
that's
watch them with my mouth open.
yes, yes. So it definitely has evolved, and I think it will continue to evolve. I just hope that these DJs incorporate the music, the real music that made people dance, into this new era of stepping.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that I find, like many other areas of the step community, where people are trying to embark upon the different arenas, the being promoters, being instructors, and all the other things that people are coming up in, I find that a lot of people have not taken the time to really get to understand what it is that they are embarking upon. I've watched people who have made an effort to become DJs, and
Don't know the history of
there you
DJs.
go. And
Step.
my saving grace in doing this, because I never set out to be a DJ, but my saving grace is that because I'm from this.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not been easy for me. So I know for somebody who is not from where I'm from, that's not from my era, who is trying to be a complete DJ in this community, it has to be a monumental task in order to become good at what we talk about. Not great, just good. Because there's so
So
much
there's
music you
there's
gotta know. And
there's a huge separation in DJs also.
now, there
And
you go.
not trying to call anybody out or anything, but the truth is the truth. There are record players and there are true DJs.
Yes.
People that put their heart into this. My ex-wife and I, which is DJ Alicia, the top female house DJ in Chicago
Okay.
right now, who I taught. Alicia and I, every Saturday morning, we would get up. We would go record hunting.
Hmm.
I mean, we would go to
That's
the
old
west
school right
side,
there.
the north side. We would get dirty, filthy dirty, looking for music.
Mm-hmm.
And it was music that was being played on the set, but those DJs wasn't giving it up, so we had to go find it.
Mm-hmm.
To break a record is, to me, part of saying that you are a DJ now.
Hmm.
When you break something and it lasts more than 15 years,
Yeah.
you're a DJ.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes that long to actually get put on,
Right.
because there are a lot of DJs I'm going to listen to that are phenomenal DJs that still have not even been recognized in the
That part
communities.
right there. Now, I agree with you 150% on that. I have met some DJs that I'm like, yeah, they got that smoke, but nobody pays
Yes.
any attention to them. It's kind of like, if you really want to keep it a buck, it's just like we have people out here that just because their name has become popular from being in contests and different things like that, people think, oh, I'm gonna have so and so come here and teach us. Just because they're a good dancer does not translate to being a good instructor.
Great.
The same thing
Absolutely.
applies with this DJ game. Just because you can
Absolutely.
afford a controller and a computer and you go out
Doesn't
here and
mean
you
you're a
put records
DJ.
on your thing does not equate to being a good DJ. It's just that
I
simple.
just happened to be in one of my DJs. He kind of put this on me. He said, "You're the Dr. Dre of DJs."
Huh.
So Alicia, J Boogie, uh, Black Cool, uh, Cross, even because Cross used to come to me before any of this started, when he was stepping, when he was learning how to step and gathering music, because he was DJing for the class for Dre and Company. Some people, when you touch these people and they come around, Michael Jackson used to go watch all of these phenomenal dancers, James Brown, Barry, he used to watch.
Yep.
And a lot of these guys, I watch Cross come out all the time. I watch Boogie come out all the time. I watch Black Cool come to different sets. These guys came out and actually said, what is he doing? How are you doing this? And as they said, most of them, how I got these guys started, I said, they played a couple of records and I left. I left the DJ booth, and that broke their fear of crowds, because that's one of the biggest things. When you're looking at that crowd and you're like, man, what am I going to play? Oh man, what's next? What's the next record? So once you break that fear,
Leave them up there, standing up there stuck.
leave them up there stuck, and then they'll figure it out. If they're going to sink or swim.
That part right there. Now I agree with that.
So for the most, these guys they swim. DJ Anthony in Chicago. There are a ton of DJs that I put on. DJ Big Daddy Wayne, who's my brother, phenomenal DJ.
Oh yes.
Phenomenal DJ. Had he,
Yes.
stuck it out. But some people do, some people don't. So believe it or not, Tick used to come and sit in the booth with me at 3Gs. Dre used to come
I
sit
was
in
there.
the booth with me at 3Gs. And I knew I would leave them also. I would say, come on, man, play. This is what you have to do. No, don't do that. All right, turn it up, turn it down. Those guys got it.
Well, I can attest that they got it, because as a matter of fact, last year in January, right before, and I had an opportunity to play with Tick. It was the weekend before he had to go deal with his personal business, and
Right.
somebody called me. I was playing a set for Daryl Smooth Greenwood, my man Smooth, over in Houston. It was his birthday, so I went to go play for him, and I was opening for Myron at the Faces of Houston third weekend, and somebody called me and said, "Hey man, we want to know if Tick can play with you this weekend, cause you know what I'm saying, he want to play." I was like, absolutely, he could play.
Right.
Let him come on in. But I remember watching him as he was kind of coming up and doing all this practice and just playing all the time. And I said, damn, dude. And he turned out to be a great doggone DJ, man. He's good. Now, I'll tell you another one. You just mentioned Andre Blackwell. Andre Blackwell is also
He's
now
gonna be pretty good.
tickling the doggone platters. And he's doing, and I think it's interesting that these guys have taken that on. They've gotten, they've done their thing in Steppin'. And now they're taking on the music side. Drew Alexander, another one. The Phenom is now DJing.
Awesome.
A lot of these guys are coming up in the game. And so
I watched all those guys take their first step, literally.
that's a beautiful thing.
So yeah. The other part or portion of this that people are unaware of is the fact that these people already have talent. And usually people that are talented in some other phase of music, that DJing comes to them kind of easily. If that makes any sense. Some of them.
It's a great, sequitur. I mean, it's easy for them to move from one area to the other, and you have to understand it. But I think the beauty in their transition is that they understand the music from a perspective of moving on the floor and how it makes them feel, and then therefore
Absolutely.
it translates to when they're playing for somebody else. I think that is an excellent transition.
Yeah. So yeah, these guys, they used to come out. I mean, I played at almost all the major steppers sets and clubs in Chicago.
That's beautiful.
During the heyday of stepping. I mean, all the major.
So
from
speaking of that,
Godfather. Go ahead.
It appears that you're about to make a resurgence of sorts with Miss Sunshine over here, moving forward at the event that she has coming up Miss Sunshine, should we expect Mr. DJ Raphael to be on the ones and twos that weekend?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes. I gave him a special task for those of y'all that know what someplace else is. We in for a special treat. So yes, yes, I'm excited to reintroduce the new, as we call it, the new school, to reintroduce the new school to someone that made the new schoolers, such as myself, fall in love with the dance because of the music he played. We liked all that cussing and shit, we like this.
This one here is a mess, boy. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So I think that your reunion event is going to be phenomenal. I'm looking forward to it. We will be there broadcasting live and doing what we do,
Yes,
making sure that the rest of the
yes.
world gets an opportunity to see how Shine Entertainment does its thing or did its thing back in the day. And I think it's going to be a great event. I'm very much looking forward to
Some
it.
of the
Yeah.
most unique events that I've ever been to uh, was Shine Entertainment, and not just been to, but been a part of.
Hmm.
I've pretty much been the DJ for Shine Entertainment from its inception.
Well, look, check.
But some of the things that Sunshine brought aboard, I'm watching now as the new instructors do their thing, and
Mm.
they're copying a lot of what she did, and it's working for them.
Hmm.
And it's just amazing to see all of this unfold.
Isn't that something? And you were a part of it. So listen, I done heard Sunshine's version of how these things went. I want you to tell me, brother, tell myself and the rest of this audience about Shine Entertainment and the impact that it had on the Steppers community and what it brought to the table during her period of her rise and shine, sunshine. Look.
To
I
somewhat
like
put it
that. You did
right,
that. Look at you.
to somewhat put it in a nutshell,
Hmm.
Sunshine brought a new face, and not and her first off, she was something different, and anytime there's something, I mean, they hated on Jesus Christ,
Hmm.
so she brought something new to this dance, and she brought a whole hell of a lot of women that are
Hmm.
out here in the steppers community stepping right now, that people have no idea that they came from Shine Entertainment, whether those women want to admit it or not.
Dig that.
And I watched these women start from nothing, and I watched Sunshine chastise and make these girls do push-ups and yeah, in the
You
right
know what?
dress,
It's funny
right.
you say that because I
Uh-huh.
met a young lady recently who literally said to me, I said I think I was in Chicago, matter of fact, and I said, look here, I don't know how we got on the subject. I said, but Sunshine is doing her thing here, in May. I said, are you coming to that event? And she said, well, yeah, I'm coming. She said, I don't know if I'm gonna come to the party. She's like, I'm gonna go to the boot camp or the instructions and stuff. And I said, well, what's wrong? She said, well, she's like, I had a chance to take her class back in the day. She said, but I didn't. I heard she made people do push-ups. She's like, I ain't doing no push-ups. I started laughing.
Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
AP, I need an APB on Shine Entertainment Sisters. APB 911, pimp just down, pimp just down. Let me explain this whole thing. Now, Raphael was there. So let me just put a into the myth. By the time that the one push-up or two push-ups comes into play, we're sisters.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have already showed them to be accountable for their actions way before the push-up come in. So if I tell you you have a book and it says for 2 weeks we're going to do nothing but the basics, and then we're going to move on to such and such term. If by the third week you've had three, that's what, 21 days that you didn't pay me for those weeks, and you come in the third week and you got all these excuses. Oh, no, 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 no. You're not going to do me like that. Oh, absolutely not. See, I know how this goes. So you either give me a push up Okay, because I'm gonna have to remind you that you paid me so we can do it together. So the push-up is just to remind them that you didn't do what you were supposed to do, but you want me to give you the dance when you didn't 21 days, you didn't do what the fuck you need. Oh, excuse me, I can't cuss on here, can I? But for 21 days, you didn't do what you needed to do. And then you're gonna go somewhere and say, she taught me this. No, 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 no. So the push-up is to make them mindful of the work they must do. And no one, and Shine Entertainment, come on, chime in. The ones that graduated,
Well,
I
you already
remember
got
Angie
one. She
Lawrence.
said that's a women empowerment thing. Keep going.
It is. Hold on. Those women was losing weight. They upper body was strengthened. Their confidence was strengthened. And Raphael was there. No one complained. It was Angie Lawrence used to turn herself in and piss me off. I'm like, get your ass off the floor. Let me give you a push-up sometime. She would already turn herself in.
So
So
she was snitching
I'm
on
just
herself.
she was teaching herself. So I'm just saying it wasn't that. So any woman, and here's the gag, I'm gonna say this one more time. If you think that all those women, 5,000 women, gonna let one bitch named Sunshine humiliate them, and make them do push-ups and still pay the money, y'all are Jim Crow slow or new age fool.
Wow, you heard it here first.
That's not an insult to me when they say that. It's not hurting my image. You're hurting the ones that came in there. And that's not what you should be doing. No woman is paying for that. I never brought down self-esteem. That's not what I do. You understand me? I didn't make it as far in the blessings shitting on other women. No, I'm a sister's keeper. I keep telling you, even if I gotta check a bitch, I'm still your sister's keeper. Tough love is nonetheless.
And that's the truth. Most of them women came in shy and in a shell, and they left there vibrant, loud, and boisterous.
Ms. Ophelia Stevens say, true that. If a sister messed up, we all did push-ups.
See,
Wow.
there go my Shine Entertainment
Shine
sister. I'm trying
Entertainment
to tell
showing
you.
up and showing out in the building.
These women were classy chicks. That's not gonna happen. So when people make that narrative, it's like really like who thinks like that?
Well, you have people who have listen, let me just I gotta say this. In this community, you have a lot of misconceptions. You have a lot of misunderstandings and a lot of narratives that have been created by people who have other agendas. And the simple fact is, you got haters, you got people who are hangers on, you got all sorts, you got social climbers, you got all types of individuals that have come to be a part of this community. And unfortunately, people, many of whom don't read, don't listen, don't pay attention, take the parts that they hear or thought they heard and they manipulate it into something else because it's nothing off of their neck. They don't care
Right,
about what
right,
that looks like to other people.
right.
This is why it's so important. And this is why, for example, inside Steppin, we are 100% transparent at all times, because one thing you will never be able to say about over here is that we told you a lie, or we led you astray, or led you down the primrose path. We don't do that over
Facts.
here. The facts are the facts, and they're going to remain the facts. We don't gaslight. We don't play games over here. We don't lie to people. This is like, I had somebody the other day. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were discussing the numbers, for example, on Inside Steppin', right? This channel on YouTube, not the Facebook side, but on the YouTube side, we've probably got about a little over 7,000 members, right?
Mm,
You got other people out here with 10,000, 30,000. Let me explain something to y'all. Even with the Inside Steppin' group, what I don't do, I don't accept everybody into the group. If I go on your page and you don't have something on there about Steppin', or there's something about you that we have a bunch of mutual friends, whatever the case may be, when it comes to this right here, I don't need no hangers on. I don't need no distractions. I don't need no people coming in there trying to peddle their goods and all kind of other stuff. When it comes to my numbers on YouTube, some of these shows only got 500, 600, 700 people looking at it. Let me explain the difference. These are real steppers that are watching my show. Let's keep it a buck. We only got X amount of steppers nationally anyway. But the people who frequent this show are here for the meat. They're not here for the bone. They're not here for the waste. They're not here. They're not messing around. I got real steppers dealing with real-time stepper issues that come and pay attention to what I do. I'm not interested in those other people. I don't need to look at this thing and say, "Oh, look, I got 30,000 people that are connected to this show." There's a thing in the internet called bots. Okay, that's just one thing. You got people who pay to have all these numbers at the bottom. I don't care about that. The only thing I care about is the people that watch this show to get good information that's going to help them in their journey for stepping. That's it. I ain't interested in none of that other stuff. I don't care about all of these so-called they getting a check for this, they check for that. No, we don't get checks like that. We ain't running them kind of numbers. But what we are doing is making sure that you, the stepping consumer, get what you need in terms of information and connecting with the right people, learning the history and bettering your dance and understanding how to treat one another in this community. That's all I care about. That other stuff, miss me with it. So you unfortunately have dealt with similar things, and the purity in your work shows by the product that you put out here into the world.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm done preaching.
Well, that's a good segue since we're clearing up things. The last time that I was on your show, or the last two times I was on your show, I was speaking about smudgeandglowshop.com and that I
One second.
was
Hold on
a.
one second, Sunshine. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Don't lose that.
All right.
My girl Avis out the ATL. She says, Brother Raphael, didn't see you. Raphael is one of the baddest DJs in the game from Avis in the ATL. Okay, now go ahead. I'm sorry.
Period. 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 So, but the last time I was there, we were talking about smudgeandglowshop.com, and I shared that I am a hoodoo practitioner, and for whatever reason, it's back to me several times that people are putting into community that I do voodoo. So I want to clarify some things. First of all, there's nothing wrong with voodoo. Okay, let's start there. But I don't do voodoo. I'm not Haitian. I'm not religious. I have not been initiated into that religion. I am a hoodoo practitioner. So, not to preach too far, but if anyone want to really get down and really stop with the narrative and the false lies, and if you're trying to do it to sabotage people from coming to my set because we know that fear mongering will stop people from coming, we're gonna nip that in the bud. If you really want to know what hoodoo practitioner is, as me being a foundational Black American, a descendant of slaves, you can go on my page, Sunshine Haywood, and or Shine Entertainment page, and you will see a link, a post where there's a link to Hoodoo in the Black Church. I compel and I ask everybody to please go watch that video. Do not get confused when you see Black Witch Yaya. I don't have nothing to do with that. Just the information is very true and very poignant to every foundational Black American that's stepping, and for especially for those that are creating a false narrative. Open up your mind. Do not live in fear. We don't have time for that no more. Okay. I put that up there to open up to my spirituality. I don't play about my spirituality like y'all don't play about y'all Jesus. So let's just call a truce and let's be real and honest, and do not try to sabotage my event with false narratives.
Well,
I'm not a voodoo priest. I'm a hoodoo practitioner, just like your grandma. Now argue with your mom about it.
Hey, when she tell you don't put the broom in the other corner because of this, don't sweep my feet, throw the salt out the door. That's all the same stuff. Hoodoo.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna just say this here. In regard to that, this also goes back to the unfortunate demise of many of our people, even some of our ancestors. We are very quick to create narratives and make up things based on limited knowledge and information. And unfortunately, I don't know of anyone that's in any position to pick or choose for anyone else in whatever their decisions and choices are. And, you know, we all need to pick up a book every now and then and learn some things. But what I think what really trips me out is that we are here in a society currently where we literally are walking around with a supercomputer in our pocket, and people will not use it. Smartphones have made people incredibly dumb.
Can I just compel the audience? Go ahead and just Google hoodoo. Ask AI, ask chat GPT, ask your AI, your messenger, what is hoodoo? And then we can just nip all this in the bud.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Sunshine, give the information.
Yes.
Give your information about the event,
Okay.
dates,
Good.
times. and
Yes.
expectation.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of that, because the last time we were going back and forth, the last show you was like, it's Memorial Day weekend. No, it's not. And go back and read the beautiful filming footage. It's the weekend after Memorial Day. So I want to make that clear because a lot of folks probably think that too outside of you. May 31st is the weekend after Memorial Day. It's the very last weekend in May. So Memorial Day weekend is like I think the 26th or something in that time frame. But anywho, so let's talk about let's start. I'm gonna start at the top. So we have the boot camp that's sponsored by flyradio.com. DJ Fly
DJ
Diva is
Fly
going to be
Diva.
yes, the flyest station, which is the flyest station in the
There you go.
nation, right?
Flyest station in the
So
nation.
it's flyest station in the nation. So she is going to be our DJ for the Diva Boot Camp. And ladies, it's going to be a time to be had. You can go on. The link is also on my page, and it's in a lot of the groups. You can go on to the website and get your ticket for the Diva Boot Camp and check out the Diva gear that we'll be having. And then at so let me just clarify some things. I don't know how this got confused, but I want to make it very clear. If you buy a VIP ticket or a table reservation ticket, it does include your admission to the party. It's one and the same. VIP, the difference between the table reservation and VIP is the table is for 9 folks. That's good for like parties. And then the VIP is starts from 7 to 8:45, and that's going to be that includes dinner. The table reservation doesn't. General admission starts at 9, and that's where all the fun begins. So I can't tell you all the surprises, but if anybody know about the Shine Entertainment Brunch, it was always some surprise. You never knew what I was going to wear. You never knew what we were going to do. And Pete Frazier was definitely the host, so he was there. So speaking of that, Pete Frazier will be honored that night along with Raphael, along with T. Pratt, Shy Steppers. T. Pratt would be honored that night, and some other folks that are very important to Shine Entertainment's success and progress, not just as the class that most remember it as, but as the brunch before that, right? So we're going to be honoring those guys. We're gonna make it ain't gonna be long, I promise. It's gonna be real quick. We're gonna give them their roses and we're gonna have a good time. So we got on the ones and twos, we got Mikhail, aka Shorty Smooth, DJ Shorty Smooth, we got DJ Cross, we got Jay Boogie, we got DJ Raphael, we got DJ Alicia for house. So, ladies, we're gonna have classic and some good house. So it's gonna be have times we had, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have Inside Steppin as our news and our news and media department, along with Lady Sings the News. She's gonna be our roving reporter on the mission to see who's most fabulous that night. Because it's dressed to impress. You understand me? And I need shoe cam. We got shoe cam going that night. We got a raffle, 2 for $1. When the last time you heard of a two for $1 raffle? Get your $100 worth of gift.
Wayne Lockhart, this event is in Chicago. It will be the weekend of
It
May
is. It's going to
31st.
be at the May 31st at Noble Entertainment Center, and that is in Dalton, Illinois, 1515. What is that? East 54th Street.
And as Miss Keisha Reese has pointed out, the event will be successful.
Oh, and let me fall back. So I forgot, and I forgot to even name the instructors for the Diva Boot Camp. We got myself along with Miss Keisha Reese. She's a treat to be had. She's gonna be teaching the girls how to move on feet down to the thing. And I'm going to be teaching the foundation of stepping. Here's my thing. I don't have no tricks. I don't have no gimmicks. All I have is the foundation so you can dance with everybody. So please come in there with your diva gear in, positive energy, and ready to straighten out maybe some kinks that you got, because we're going to work on some pet peeves that all ladies that are just starting in the game and some ladies may not even be aware of as they progress that we can make. And that is really something that I'm really good at putting out. And in the meantime, in between time, it's gonna be a lot of giggles and gags and photos. It's gonna be a time to be had.
Tell them,
And if you miss,
tell them,
it's
don't
gonna be
forget they
regret.
high heels now.
Oh yeah, there's no boots, okay, unless they're high heel boots. How about that? Okay. If you have to wear flats because of a medical, of course, I'm not gonna, that's I would never do that. But that time to shine. So wear some comfortable stilettos and really come out and stretch yourself, girls. Okay. I broke my ankle in 2017. I'm gonna come in there with my heels on. I bet you that. Nothing stopped me. So there's no excuses. Come on in there with your heels on.
DJ Samsonite in the building. I see you. What's happening, my man, in the house? Watia is in the building, and she
Oh my
said, "Yes,
God,
it
that's my
is."
girl.
She said it's gonna be successful. Yeah, we got We got them in the house. It's going
Oh
down.
my God. See, now
We got
listen,
a
so
full
Watia
house.
represents, so look, so Watia represents Shine Entertainment, the next chapter, the new generation. See, listen here. We already doing our thing, okay? And she is definitely a sweetheart, and that's what represents sisterhood. So I love her. She's great.
All
She's
right.
great.
So it sounds like it's gonna be a fantastic event. What you got?
I have a question.
Producer lady got a
Yes,
question.
Sorry, I
ma'am.
can't get on the screen. Y'all saw me earlier. Anyway, I have a question. Can you explain, Raphael or Miss Sunshine, your brunch? How you
I'm
started?
gonna let Raphael start
Okay.
because Raphael was there when I couldn't even talk on the mic. He's the one I told you had to teach me the mic. So I'm gonna let Raphael explain that. Go ahead, Raphael.
The brunch, the brunch was a phenomenal function. You really would have had to have been there. It was something that kind of took both Sunshine and I by surprise. We had no idea that those brunches would turn out the way that they did. Uh, I mean, packed houses every single brunch. Um, those parties were heated. I mean, sometimes we were in venues that the heat would, the air would go out.
Oh boy.
It would be burning up hot. The
Keisha
mirrors
was
would be
there. Tell him,
fogged up.
Keisha.
We had a great time.
Nobody would
The
leave.
parties. Pardon me?
I said nobody was leaving, hot or not, huh?
No. Men or women, dressed to impress or not. The parties, Orbeez, 3Gs, Mr. G's. We had a
Oh my
function.
God, we got shut down at Mr. G's. Remember that they told us to shut it down. Some people's robbing people in the.
Oh boy.
We had some
That's
fun
not
parties.
funny. I'm just saying it was bad. It was bad. That was.
So the original Someplace Else, it started with Sunshine, myself, and Rello. Uh, those parties were on a Wednesday night. And no matter where, everybody in Chicago was at that little hole in the wall.
What
I
kicked
mean,
it off was Terrell's birthday. We did a
yep,
birthday because that was like a
wall
first of
to
all, it
wall.
was a hidey hole. So me and Terrell really didn't tell the other steppers. We was going there. When I say Raphael was tearing it up, now Claudette was going over there. There were steppers going over there, but it was so low key. It was one of them places. It only hold like 8 people, so you know you can't tell everybody, right?
Yep.
So
One of them
so
Chicago
we
taverns. Look.
you know what I'm saying? Very small. So Terrell Terrell Griggs had a birthday party, and of course we invited all of Dre and company, and that blew it out. That was it. It was ridiculous. I was surprised every week who slid through there.
We had 3 bad nights in 9 years,
Wow.
and that was because of inclement weather.
Wow.
I mean, we had Shaggy came through the party. Supercat came through the party.
What was that? What was the boxer name that used to come over to the parties? We had box.
Sugar Shane
Sugar
came
Shane
Sugar
through.
Mosley.
Shane. Yep.
Oh
All
Lord.
Oh,
all
you
Yes.
don't got the
Yes.
producer lady upset now. Look.
Wait. We need him at the
the name.
party. Okay.
What is their name? Husband and wife, Detroit. They would come to the party
Oh
every
yeah,
week.
they used to be in the. Oh my gosh, if you go back to like 2005, 2006, these were the companies that
Yep.
always get in the contest. One matter of fact, one of the videos, if you go on YouTube, she had on a polka dot dress. I'll never forget, and it was nice. But anyway, go ahead.
So this party, the I think the number was something like 85, 75 people. It would be 200 plus
Oh my God.
in this club
Wow.
every Wednesday night.
Wow. That's
So we had a patio outside, so you could go outside. So that's how it was dispersed out because you had to go outside. Remember the patio? And
Yeah.
Raphael was horrible because he would, you know, that party I told you about how he would take the music from one level to the next. When he got to the part where it was about to peak, he wouldn't stop. And you would just have to like throw something. It was bad. I'm telling you, those were the days I'm trying to told you. Those were the days that
Yeah.
let me tell you what's interesting. I don't know what it is now because I haven't been out. You see, I asked him about R. Kelly still being played. I don't know. But there were the time that Raphael was playing, there was a Shazam. You literally didn't hear a lot of the music, or maybe 30% of the songs he played, you never heard on the radio. It's almost like they were actually researching it from some other music land that we don't know, but we found out tonight he was in the records.
Still to this day, some of that music you'll never hear
But that's
on the
that's
radio
Right.
that's the
or the
stepper
mainstream set.
DJ way though.
Yeah.
Most of the music, and it goes back historically in the with stepper DJs, is
The
what we call the
B-sides.
B sides. You know,
Yep, they're B side.
most of the stuff that you play, that you hear in the steppers world, outside of leaving Chicago, you don't hear in mainstream radio.
Right.
Keisha
Absolutely.
Reese say,
Absolutely.
y'all was packed in there like a can of sardines and didn't care.
Oh my God. Sweating, sweating, sweating like
And
two camels hunching in a wool sock on the 4th of July.
and the strangest thing, this was before the social media boom
Yeah.
began.
Now let me tell you. So we had MySpace. This is no cap. So I was the
Yeah,
queen of
yeah,
MySpace
yeah.
because I was in college at the time. So it wasn't social media like it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So MySpace. Do you remember Raphael? MySpace blew us up really when it came to the brunches. I was getting a lot of folks from MySpace. DJ Phantom, like it had started getting around to different
Yep,
like radio.
we
Like who
did.
is this girl? Like because I was blowing my.
Yeah, Randy. Yeah, and Phantom, he's here in Atlanta now.
Oh
Uh,
my God! So I got so check this out. After we get off the internet tonight, it was just I didn't even know we was gonna talk about this, but I found on my Google Drive almost all of the video, not video, but pictures from the brunches with Ramoski Love, DJ Phantom, aka Randy, Bulu Master, Donnie Davis. It's I'm just could just keep on name dropping, but I don't have to. I can just put the pictures. You know what I'm saying? When you
Mm-hmm.
got pictures, because I was there, you ain't got a name
You got the
drop.
receipts.
you're
Got
right.
the receipt.
Yeah. Okay, so man, you guys, we're about at that. We're getting up to that bewitching hour, and it's been a
Mm-hmm.
very vigorous
Oh, you better
conversation.
not say that.
What?
With the voodoo and the
Oh,
voodoo and the
daggone it!
bewitching
Look, look,
hour.
look,
She
look,
might
look,
get some
look, look,
inbox
look,
messages.
look. Y'all leave Sunshine alone. Damn it. Anyway, uh, I, I, I have. This has been a very good conversation, Raphael. I do appreciate you coming through and lending your expertise and knowledge and history to the game. I'm looking forward to the event myself. We will be covering this live uh, throughout the event and all of the little surprises Miss Sunshine has for everyone. And I think this is going to be a really, really, really good time, and I'm looking forward to it.
All I ask y'all to do is get y'all bones limber and loose. Oil them up. Oil them
Yeah,
up.
oil your bones because there's gonna be some movement going on up in there. There's gonna be some furniture moving.
Get some glutamine.
Yes.
So, Sunshine, you got anything you want to leave us with? Better yet, hold on, Sunshine. Let's let
Mhm.
Raphael, you got anything you want to leave with us first? Because we're gonna let Miss Sunshine close it out.
This community, what first off, what you're doing is sublime.
Thank you, brother.
This I appreciate the fact that you're keeping this alive. There was one person that said to myself and Sunshine that he was grateful that we linked together,
Mm-hmm.
and that was Sam Chapman.
Mm.
He said the same thing I'm telling you right now. Thank you for keeping Steppin alive. Uh, and this is for the love of the music and
100%.
dance.
Mm-hmm.
And Steppers, keep doing what you're doing, keep evolving, uh, but keep it, keep the nonsense
Hmm.
and the drama away from this dance as much as possible because it's a beautiful thing, and we have lost so much that we could have had from in the Steppers community because of nonsense. Keep it out of the dance, please.
Because the dance ain't done nothing to nobody
Nobody.
except make them feel good.
It's feel good music.
See that?
Absolutely.
Miss Sunshine, take us home.
Well, I want to start off by giving my sincere condolences to Kim Bowie's family, loved ones, all of everyone that has been impacted by the loss of Kim Bowie. This has been a trying week because I lost two people that I met. One was a really good friend of mine, Roy Ayers. I met him. And like I just like I told you before, like I had a ride. I could have died the next day. I felt like I didn't have to do nothing else when I met Royals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then when Dwayne passed away, like a couple of days after that, it took me out. So I'm gonna piggyback on what um Raphael said, and I've said this before every time I come on the show. Let all the old shit go. People are leaving here.
Man.
You holding on to bullshit. Nobody even give a fuck. When people be mad at me, imagine me at home. Hey, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Cut it off. Like that's how we feel, right? That's how we. Now, seriously, like when people have moved on and evolved, We're not holding on to that. We really are. Don't give a fuck. And I think that more of that kind of energy, so you can live your best life, needs to come through not just the steppers, but just us as foundational Black Americans and everybody that's in the struggle. Get yourself out of your way. Just get out the way and just love. Like, let me tell you, I love Hurt Williams. This is every time I watch his live, he always starts with love, how much he loved. And that word love is said, if y'all watch Hurt, he says love probably about 100 times. By the time you get off his live, you feel good about yourself.
Absolutely. Pete Frazier in the
And that's
building.
what
I see you, my brother.
Oh yes, yeah. You know, mind you now. I'm telling you, he was the guy who really taught me promoting. Remember, we talked about that. This is the dude. So I have to give him his roses because nobody probably would have took me as serious as they did had he not taught me what he taught me.
You
And
know
I
what,
was, you know,
Sunshine?
yes,
You just sparked something in me. You know what? It's weird how me and you talk, and you always like put these little things out there in the universe, and they always and I pick them up. Let me tell you something. Somebody need to do in this community that I have not
what,
seen yet. Now I'm just
what?
throwing this little gem out there. Whoever want to catch it, catch it. Somebody need to give promoter classes.
Mm,
Somebody need to be giving classes, charging these people that want to throw sets, sit them down, and do a straight up class or a series of classes on
Promoting
how to promote an event properly
presentation.
in the Steppers community.
does Pete have any more room on his calendar? Because that's the
Pete, you
master
heard it.
Be-
Look.
between him
Somebody,
and Rose
Pete,
Wellington.
Pete. Somebody need to
Right.
give.
A
They
Black
they,
Mary. I mean, you know, you got
they
to
are
give
the
those
master.
greats, some great. I mean, but it's so many. I know so many great promoters. I'm just throwing those out at the top of my head. But yeah, I think that would be good. That way, everybody can be on the same sheet of music as it relates to this dance. See that? You see, how I did that
Mhm.
a sheet of music. Anyway, the doop doop.
Tina Baker
But
says
yeah.
she think Irie did the Cat in the Hat, and I think there's a period where he was
Oh
doing something
yes,
like that. Yeah. As a matter of fact,
yes.
the upcoming homecoming, for those of you who have not already booked your rooms, let me tell you something, baby. You probably gonna be hard pressed because that hotel is damn near full. I happen to know that there are over 1,500 rooms already booked, and man, it is ooh wee. Uh, and there are going to be things like that taking place during that weekend. You might want to get look into that ASAP. So,
Okay. Well, I
Shine
got one more
Entertainment
thing.
in the
One more.
house. Look at that. Look at that.
Are those
Okay,
shirts
so check out
available for
these.
sale?
Yes, yes, I'm going to be putting that link off when I get off. We have some blinged out Shiner Entertainment logo already ready to go. You guys can pre-order it. I will be giving you guys the information when I get off the air. I love mine. You can get them personalized with your city and your name, and they are fabulous. And please, ladies and gentlemen, do not complain about the cost of a t-shirt to represent for the Sunday set. So let's get to that. See how I segue that? You see how I segue that? I tell you, I'm good at this.
Just dropping
So,
gems. Look at you.
uh, you know, so I'm gonna tell you what my girl DJ Fly Diva said. She said, "You're just a natural when it comes to running your mouth."
Well,
Stand up again so we can see the shirts.
So on Sunday we're gonna go over there to Snoop and the crew,
yep.
of course, at that beautiful
Ophelia.
Ophelia Baker. Yes,
Ophelia
we're gonna go
Smith,
over there.
baby.
Yes.
Listen,
So
that
we
is
in
a
there.
mag. Listen to me. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta
Go
say
right, sorry.
this.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, go support my man Snoopy King over there at Miss Ophelia's. I met Ophelia when I was home last. What a wonderful, wonderful woman. That
She is.
sister got
I
it
talked
going
to her.
on.
Gorgeous, gorgeous
Listen,
spirit.
great
Gorgeous.
spirit. And she, look, you support Snoopy King, you support that sister. Go on over there to
Yes.
Blue Island to Ophelia's place and check them out because it's going down
Yes.
over there.
Well, let me backtrack right quick because I forgot. So allegedly,
Hmm.
I
Allegedly.
allegedly, you know how people make a offer you can't refuse.
Right?
So I got a good offer from Myron the R.
Uh oh.
Myron the
Uh
R.
oh.
He said Thursday, you bring your people over there to
The Blue
the
Note.
Blue Note, right? He said, you come on over there, and guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you and my people. So I'm just shouting it out. We're gonna have tables, we're gonna have foods, and we're gonna have a good time. So you guys come on over there because they have laid out the spread for Shine Entertainment in honor of the
All right.
reunion
Y'all heard
of
it
Shine
here.
Entertainment. So
Blue Note
Shine
on
Entertainment
Thursday.
sisters. Yeah, so all my Shine Entertainment sisters that's gonna be there on Thursday are already in Chicago. Let's go. Oh,
zoning
I
cracking
sold y'all
over
out
there
for
at the
some chicken
Blue
wings.
Note
I
with
sold y'all out
Byron
for
the
some chicken
R.
wings. I sold y'all out for some chicken wings.
Is that all it took? That's funny.
Sunshine, show your shirt again.
Wow.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So yeah, they are beautiful. They're high quality. I do wear a small, so I had to get a medium. So if you are extra small, get a small. If you're small, get a medium, as it relates to the V-neck that I got. And so anyway, so back to this. So that's on Friday, on Thursday. So on Friday, we got Eric Taylor. We're gonna go over
ET
there
in
to
the building.
ET in the building. We're gonna go over there to the 50-yard line. That's over there on 75th Street. So we're gonna go over there. And then Saturday's the main event. And listen, ladies, I used to be in the military. Don't be late. We got pictures to take. We got a lot of things to go. Get there on time. Matter of fact, camp out like you did at Walmart on Christmas. Okay, but anyway.
They
All
might
right.
look.
Anyway,
They'll get to see the seriousness of it after the fact.
absolutely. So after the event, then on that Sunday we'll be at Snoop and the crew, and then for the after we leave there, we're gonna go to the night crew, which is of course we're right back with DJ Cross, J Boogie, and DJ Lady Fly Diva. We back over there doing it all night.
At the R Lounge. Is that
Ow.
at the R?
Yes, at the
At
at
the
the
R
R
Lounge,
Lounge.
yeah.
Yes, we're gonna party, and then I think that I might. What's going on Monday? What's going on Monday? Anybody can just
You tripping.
yeah. Let's
Airlines.
50 on Monday. You
yeah.
wild.
Let's do
You
that. Let's go.
wild.
Let's run it
Stop it.
back. Run it back.
All right.
Okay.
Miss Sunshine, listen here. I
Yes.
appreciate you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. And
And don't forget San Antonio. I'm hungry, so come on now.
yeah,
Meet me
she'll
at
be
the J
right here in San
Eatery.
Antonio in 2 weeks, you guys. March 22nd. We will be right here in San Antonio. Miss Sunshine will be bringing Shine Entertainment to the building. So if you in the vicinity, and if you ain't, you're welcome to join us. Come through. It's gonna be a good time because we're
Only
gonna
like one
party. We're gonna
Only one slot for privates on Friday. She's gonna do some on Saturday.
What is one slot left on Friday
And the
for
workshop
privates?
is on Sunday.
Okay, so you heard the producer lady. So yeah, we're looking forward to the upcoming weekend, and then of course we're looking forward to May. So y'all are gonna get a taste through video of what it's like to party with Shine Entertainment and Miss Sunshine. Mr. Raphael, thank you, sir, for coming through and hanging out with us.
Yes.
Miss
Yes.
You're so
Sunshine, I
welcome.
want you to have your
The DJ that made Shine Entertainment Award winning. Yes, that dude right there. We got to give him his love and his roses that night. So you got to come out and support that. We got to give him his love.
So the team is in
Oh,
the
and
building.
Daryl Garywood gonna be in the building too. We forgot about him.
Oh
We
yeah,
forgot about he's on the
Daryl
DJs.
Smooth Greenwood is also gonna be on the ones and twos. Don't play no games.
Yes.
That's my
Smoke gonna be in
collaboration.
the building.
Collaboration is real.
Yeah.
Don't play
Smoke
no
gonna be in
game.
the building. Swine. I'm just name dropping. That's what they
Name
do when they
drop.
call
Go
me.
on and drop them names.
Yeah, that's what they do when they call me. Anyway, I'm Shady Boots. Call me Shady Boots. Jackie Hodges gonna be in the building. Patrick Newsom gonna. We done brought him out of retirement. He coming out. One. Let me see who else I talked to. You know, my girl Linda Frazier gonna be there. I got some pictures of me and Linda Frazier on that side on that what do you call that the runway I told you about.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. Yes. So that's why I just say we're gonna have a good time. So y'all gotta come out.
Is Miss Banfield gonna be? I think Adrian's gonna be.
Oh, Miss, of course, we can drop her name. Of course, Miss Adrian Norris.
You
Of
name
course, that's
dropping.
Shatter
Drop all the
Entertainment,
names.
Cycle 21. Might as well game bang like they do, Cycle 21.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Sunshine, Mr. Raphael. I appreciate you guys. I want you all to have yourselves a wonderful evening, and we're looking forward to the upcoming events.
Yes, love you guys.
Y'all be good. We out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Brian Forbes, and we are closing. We're gonna close this thing out here pretty quick. But before I go, like I was telling you earlier, there are a lot of things going on around the community itself and just in general with life. Like I pointed out earlier, we got to deal with the whole Southwest airline thing and the economic side of the Steppin game and all of the upcoming things that we don't see. I tell people all the time, we always concern ourselves with the things that we know, but we should take the same energy about concerning ourselves with the things that we don't know. You can try to change the things that you can and deal with the stuff that you can deal with and leave the rest. because what's going to happen is going to happen. And sometimes things happen we don't necessarily think is good, but it's usually happening for the better anyway. We just don't understand it at the time. So we have to be careful about how we move and maneuver. And we especially have to be more mindful about the way we take care of one another. We have people leaving here, y'all. It has been a weird March. A lot of people that we love, admire, enjoy, or want to just spend time with have left here. And that's publicly and privately. And I think that it is time for those of you who, and you know who you are, have unscrupulous ideas and you just have trouble discerning between right and wrong, do the right thing. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Everything is not a competition, despite your your need to feel like you are competing constantly. I'm a firm believer that every villain needs a hero and every hero needs a villain. Some people go through life always looking for an opposition because they're not comfortable or happy unless they're battling or fighting something or someone. I want you to understand that is dysfunction. It is dysfunctional and it is not a way to live. And at some point, you're going to have to look at the villain in the mirror and you're going to have to face him and you're going to have to deal with him. Hopefully, you'll do that and in good conscience do everything that you can to correct that person while you are worrying about what everyone else is doing. If everybody would take care of themselves, everything else would take care of itself quite easily. I want to thank everybody for coming through and hanging out with your boy and Miss Sunshine and Mr. Raphael. We've had a fantastic show. We got a lot of information out there, and we had a good time more than anything else. And like I will tell y'all, and I have said before, and I'll say again, if you out here dancing and at a stepper set and doing your thing and you're not having a good time, you're doing it wrong. Get it together. Because until you have a smile on your face and you are enjoying yourself on that dance floor, you're doing it wrong. Period. Anything other than that is uncivilized. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful evening. Enjoy your weekend. We got a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of stuff we're looking forward to, and a lot of things coming down the pipe. And I want all of y'all to enjoy this life as much as I am. Peace out, y'all. Never measure an event by the quantity of the people in attendance, but by the quality of memories you create with the people who are present. The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its hosts, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.